good microphone that you have.
Okay. Good concentration.
Yeah, sounds like it. Um, yeah. So how was your day so far? What have you done?
So today it was raining all day long and windy.
Mm-hmm.
But I went to the shopping mall to buy some ingredient. Today, because of typhoon, a lot of things are very cheap. Typhoon special service.
Nice. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so I bought squid.
Bought
Well,
sweets?
squid. Like sea animal, not fish. It has 10 legs. 8 legs is octopus.
Squid.
Squid.
Okay.
Squid.
Squid. All
It
right.
was
Nice.
very fresh. So, do you know sashimi is a raw fish?
Yeah.
I
Sashimi is
we ate
delicious.
it. Sashimi, very delicious. Wow.
Mm. Yeah. You're gonna have to send me some sushimi. Um, yeah. Really good. I actually just had a really good shawarma, which was awesome. I was super excited about that. Carolina, how's it going?
Hello, teacher. I am good, and you?
Doing really well. Thanks for asking. Um, and Carolina, what have you been up to today?
Um, I just wake up and make my breakfast and no more. Now I am waiting for your class.
Nice. I just wake up and make my
Yes.
breakfast.
Yep.
I'd say it's somewhere in the past.
I woke and made
Hmm
it. Sorry. Yeah.
No worries. Yeah, I woke up and made some breakfast. All right.
Yep.
Um, Ana Carolina, how's it going?
I'm fine, thank you for asking. And you?
Nice. Doing really well. Thank you for asking.
Good to hear.
And yeah, what have you been up to today, Ana Carolina, so far?
And nothing really, just studying. I was supposed to go to Rio, but my son started feeling under the weather, and then I decided to stay home with him.
Nice.
And my husband uh, went on the road trip with my other son.
Okay. Okay. Good. I mean, I'm sorry that your son's feeling sick, but yeah, hopefully he feels better
It's
soon.
not a big deal, something that he ate, a fast
Okay.
food or something like that.
Okay. Good. Better. Um, Julieta, welcome to class. How's it going?
Hi, it is going well, thanks.
Nice. Yeah, it's been a little while since I've seen you. How have you been?
I have been great, thanks.
Nice. That's good to hear. What'd you do today?
Worked.
Worked. Mm.
Worked.
All right. Well, that doesn't sound very fun, but I
No,
guess.
it was
All right. Better. Good day at work then. Well, actually, that's the story that we're going to read about today. It's going to be reading a little bit about work. I guess that's why I've got like a bad opinion about work. Ogun, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm good, and I'm just starting my day.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Just starting your day. Hogan, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Close. Hogun. Hogun is better.
Hogan.
Yeah, it
Okay.
doesn't really matter. Yeah. So,
No, yeah,
Hogun.
Hogan.
Yep. Pretty good.
Where are you from, Hogan?
I'm from originally South Korea. I'm living in Los Angeles, California right now.
Nice. How do you like LA?
Yeah.
How
I
do you
really
like it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, nice weather, but too much sunshine sometimes. Very
It's a little bit
dry. Yeah.
dry.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I really like some rains I want to see, but it doesn't really work in that way.
hmm Yeah. All right. Well, it's nice to meet you, and welcome to class.
Thank you.
Natalia, welcome as well. How's it going, Natalia?
Well, everything's okay. So I have been working the whole day. Now it's evening. It's 7 o'clock. Time for English.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, well, I'm glad you're in class. How was work?
Well, so pretty well. So, well, I had a couple of lectures, and actually, so we have a special summer school for international students, and so now at work I also practice English. So it was useful for me
Nice.
as well. Yeah,
Cool. Yeah, that's great.
yeah.
All right. And Adela, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Doing well. Thank you for asking. What did you do today, Adela?
I was preparing holidays to surf an internet, to have a camping, a little
Okay.
organization. The
I was
holiday.
preparing holidays. Holidays, remember, is a little bit more
No.
British English.
Yes. Vacancy. Vacation.
Good. And we'd used a preposition before, so I was preparing for vacation.
For vacation.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah, I actually need to start doing that too. I'm like in Bogota and I haven't done anything really, so I need to start planning. But it sounds good. All right, and Rafa, how's it going?
It's going pretty well. Thanks for asking.
Nice. Okay. And so Rafa, I guess what have you done today? What are your plans for the rest of the day?
Today I've been fixing different things at home, trying to paint a little wall with monkeying around with different things. Also, I'm trying to learn piano right now, trying to prevent Alzheimer. This is the whole thing I did today.
Okay, how's the piano coming along?
The piano?
Mm-hmm.
The piano is the most difficult issue I have ever tried. I don't know how anyone can play piano. It's so difficult to understand, so difficult to read, so difficult to practice. It's the most difficult. English is difficult, but piano is the most, I think.
Oh no. Okay. Well, hopefully it gets a little bit easier. Get excited about little things. I think is the best advice I can give you for like that. Little steps are good. And Amp, last one. How's it going, Amp?
Hi, teacher. Doing well, thank you.
Nice. And
What about you?
yeah, Amp, doing really well. What are you gonna do with the rest of your day?
I don't know. Probably taking classes, watering my flowers, and what else?
All right. Classes, flowers. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Not so exciting, but it's okay.
Okay. Cool. And I think we're about ready. Let's get started with today's class. So we're going to be reading a short story called Orientation. Where should we start? Let's start with Rafa. Can you read the title and the author?
Orientation, Daniel Orozco. You told me?
Yeah, that was good. Sorry. And can you read the first paragraph here?
Yeah. Those are the offices, and these are the cubicles. That's my cubicle there. And this is your cubicle. This is your phone. This is your phone. Never answer your phone. Let the voicemail system answer it. This is your voicemail system manual. There are no personal phone calls allowed. We do, however, allow for emergencies. If you must make an emergency phone call, ask your supervisor first if you can find your supervisor as Felix Spires, who sits over there.
Nice. Okay. Let's look at cubicles. Cubicles.
Cubicles.
Mm-hmm. Allowed.
Allowed.
And if you can't find your supervisor.
if you can't find your supervisor.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, yeah, really well done. Good reading, though. Let's have Natalia. Can you read the next little paragraph?
Okay. He'll check with Clarissa Nix, who sits over there. If you make an emergency phone call without asking, you may be let go. These are your in and out boxes. All the forms in your inbox must be logged in by the date shown in the upper left-hand corner, initialed by you in the upper right-hand corner, and distributed to the processing analyst, whose name is numerically coded in the lower left-hand corner. The lower right-hand corner is left blank. Here's your processing analyst numerical code index. And here's your forms processing procedures manual.
Nice, really good job. Yeah, only a couple small things. Let's look at initialed.
Initialed.
Processing.
Processing.
Uh-huh. Yeah, processing analyst, processing procedures.
Processing analyst, processing procedures.
Good, perfect, really nice job. Okay, and let's go on. Hogan, can you read the next paragraph?
Sure. You must pace your work. What do I mean? I'm glad you asked that. We pace our work according to the 8-hour workday. If you have 12 hours of work in your inbox, for example, you must compress that work into the 8-hour day. If you have 1 hour of work in your inbox, you must expand the work to fill the 8-hour day. That was a good question. Feel free to ask questions. Ask too many questions, however, and you may be let go. Hello, I'm done.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. There was a little bit of noise here. Really good job. Yeah, nice reading. That sounded good. Does anybody have any questions about these 3 little paragraphs? Okay. Maybe. Okay, let's go on to the next page then. Let's have Heidi. Can you read that first paragraph?
That is our receptionist. She is the temp. We go through a receptionist here. They quit with alarming frequency. Be polite and civil to the temps. Learn their names and invite them to lunch occasionally, but don't get close to them, as it only makes it more difficult when they leave, and they always leave. You can be sure of that.
Good. Receptionist.
Receptionist.
Nice. Quit.
Quit.
Frequency.
Frequency.
And occasionally.
Occasionally.
Really well done. Perfect. And let's go, Julieta. Can you read the next paragraph?
The men's room is over there. The women's room is over there. John LaFontaine, who sits over there, uses the women's room occasionally. He says it is accidental. We know better, but we let it pass. John LaFontaine is harmless. He's a forays into the forbidden territory of the women's room, simply a benign thrill, a faint blip on the dull, flat line of his life.
Oh my goodness, that's the best sentence ever. Benign.
What is it? Benign.
Right here. Benign. So it's often used actually when we're talking about cancer. Cancer can be malignant or benign. Does anybody know the difference between malignant and benign?
Benign is something that is not so harmful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And malignant is the opposite. Very bad. Perfect. And what's a foray? His forays into the forbidden territory of the Roman Nobleman.
Pass.
A pass?
Mm.
Yeah, it's kind of like an adventure. So we could go on like a foray for food. It's like a little trip searching for something generally, or like a adventure, something like that. Exploration.
Mm.
Okay. And does anybody have any questions so far? Okay. Carolina, can you read the next paragraph?
Okay. Russell Nash, who sits in the cubicle to your left, is in love with Amanda Pierce, who sits in the cubicle, to the right.
Cubicle.
Mm-hmm. Who sits in the cubicle to the right. They ride the same bus together after work. For Amanda Pierce, it is just a tedious bus ride made less tedious by the idle nattering of Russell Nash. But for Russell Nash, it is the highlight of his day. It is the highlight of his life. Russell Nash has put on 40 pounds and grows fatter with each passing month, nibbling on chips and cookies while peeking gloomy over the partisans at the Amanda Pierce, and gorging himself at home on cold pizza and ice cream while watching adult videos on TV.
Good. So the idle nattering. Idle nattering.
Idle nattering. Idle.
The idle nattering. Yeah. And glumly.
Gloomy.
Glumly. Partitions.
Glumly.
Partitions.
Partitions.
Perfect. Any questions here? Yeah.
I don't know the meaning of nattering.
Nattering is like just idle talking. It's kind of like gossiping, but not. It's like meaningless talk.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's got the idea of it's being annoying. But yeah. Okay. Any other questions here?
Glumly.
Glumly. It's like, oh, I'm kind of sadly doing it. Not really happy about it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And any other questions? All right. Let's go to the next page and let's have Ana Carolina. Can you read this paragraph?
Okay. Amanda Pierce, in the cubicle to your right, has a 6-year-old son named Jamie, who is autistic. Her cubicle is plastered from top to bottom with the boy's crayon artwork. This word, sheet after sheet of precisely drawn concentric circles and ellipses, in black and yellow. She rotates them every other Friday. Be sure to comment on them. Amanda Pierce also has a husband, who is a lawyer. He subjects her to an escalating array of painful and humiliating sex games to which Amanda Percy reluctantly submits. She comes to work exhausted and freshly wounded each morning, wincing from the abrasions of her breasts, or the bruises on her abdomen, or the second-degree burns on the backs of her thighs.
Yeah, okay. Thighs. Can you repeat?
Which one?
Thighs?
Okay. Thighs. Thank you.
Yeah, and reluctantly.
Reluctantly.
Yeah.
Poor woman. It's too much to carry around.
Yeah, it's definitely intense. Hopefully that's not too much for any of you guys. Figured I'd leave this story complete. But I was a little bit worried about that. And Amp, can you read the next 2 parts?
But we are not supposed to know any of this. Do not let on. If you let on, you may be let go. Amanda Pierce, who tolerates Russell Nash, is in love with Albert Bosch, whose office is over there. Albert Bosch, who only dimly registers Amanda Pierce's existence, has eyes only for Ellie Topper, who sits over there. Ellie Topper, who hates Albert Bosch, who would walk through fire for Curtis Lance. But Curtis Lance hates Ellie Topper. Isn't the world a funny place? Not in the ha-ha sense, of course.
Not in the ha-ha sense, of course.
Not in the ha-ha sense, of course.
Yeah. All right, good. Does anybody have any questions here? Okay. And Adela, can you read the next part?
Yes. Sorry. Yes. Anita Blum sits in that cubicle. Last year, cubicle. Last year, while reviewing quarterly reports in a meeting with Barry Hacker, Anita Blum's left palm began to bleed. She fell into a trance, stared into her hand, and told Barry Hacker when and how his wife would die. We laughed it off. She was, after all, a new employee, but Barry Hacker's wife is dead. So unless you want to know exactly when and how you'll die, never talk to Anita Blum. I have a short screen. Sorry.
No worries. Okay.
I don't.
Just a couple of small things. Bleed.
Okay.
You did okay.
Bleed.
Stared.
Laughed. Dead. And die.
Okay. And Rafa, can you try the next one?
Yeah. Colin Heavy sits in that cubicle over there.
Cubicle
over there. Cubicle. He was new once, just like you. We warned him about Anita Blum, but at last year Christmas, Pollock, he felt sorry for her when he saw that no one was talking to her. Colin Heavy brought her a drink. He hasn't been himself since. Colin Heavy is dumb. There's nothing he can do about it, and we are powerless to help him. Stay away from Colin Heavy. Never give any of your work to him. If he asks to do something, tell him you have to check with me. If he asks again, Tell him I haven't gotten back to you.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. Let's look at potluck.
Potluck.
Yeah. Potluck.
Potluck.
And doomed.
Doom.
All right. Does anybody know what a potluck is?
No.
Just when everyone in a party, just bring a dish or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Okay. And Natalia, can you read the next paragraph?
And this is the fire exit. There are several on this floor, and they are marked accordingly. We have a floor evacuation review every 3 months, and an escape route quiz once a month. We have our biannual fire drill twice a year, and our annual earthquake drill once a year. These are precautions only. These things never happen.
Good. Yeah, really, really great pronunciation. That sounded really smooth. Does anybody have any questions so far? A little bit morbid and depressing, but let's go on. If there are other
I
questions.
have a question.
Yeah.
Because I didn't understand why she's doomed.
It's an orientation. So the title is called Orientation. Does anybody know what an orientation is?
That's introduction to the company. For
Mm-hmm.
example, I think it's the first day of work, I guess.
Yeah. So the first day at work. Yeah. Probably should have made that clear at the beginning. Good question. If you ask too many questions, you might be let go. Right. Sorry, that was just in the first line. Right. But good, where are we? Any other questions so far? All right. And I think we're with Hogan. Can you read the first paragraph?
For your information, we have a comprehensive health plan. Any catastrophic illness, any unforeseen tragedy is completely covered. All dependents are completely covered. Larry Badkian, who sits over there, had $6 if anything were to happen to any of his girls, or to all of them, if all 6 were to simultaneously fall victim to illness or injury, stricken with a hideous degenerative muscle disease or some rare toxic blood disorder, sprayed with semi-automatic gunfire while on a class skill trip, or attacked in their bunk bed by some prowling nocturnal lunatic. If any of these were to pass, Larry's girls would all taken care of. Larry Badkian would not have to pay one dime. He would have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, and I'm not going to worry about names because I don't think you're ever going to meet a Larry Bagdikian. And if you did, he'd probably tell you how to pronounce his name. Let's look at catastrophic.
Catastrophic.
Yeah, and degenerative.
Degenerative.
Okay, good. Yeah, and like Julieta says, escalation. Yeah, really good pronunciation. You have some tricky words in there. Maybe just one more with simultaneously. Simultaneously, Hogan?
Simultaneously.
Perfect. Heidi, can you read the next paragraph?
We also have a generous vacation sick leave policy. We have an excellent disability insurance plan. We have a stable and profitable pension fund. We get group discounts for the symphony and block seating at the ballpark. We get commuter ticket books for the bridge. We have direct deposit. We are all members of Costco. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Costco.
Costco.
Costco. One more time. Costco, Heidi? Yeah. And you were in my banking class. What's direct deposit, Heidi?
Pardon?
I said you were in my banking class a couple times at least. What's direct deposit?
Pardon? What did you say at first?
What is... Oh, I said you were in my banking class.
Banking class?
My class about banking.
Ah, yeah.
So what's the direct deposit?
We can, let's say, loan. We can loan some from bank.
Not quite. Does anybody know what direct deposit is?
They move the money just through internet, for example.
So, yeah. So your paycheck is sent to your bank account through the internet. You don't have to do anything. You don't get a check. You don't get cash. You don't get anything. It just goes straight into your bank account. Is direct deposit. Okay, and where were we? Judith, can you read the next little paragraph?
This is our chicknet. And this is our Mr. Coffee. We have a coffee pool into which we each pay $2 a week for coffee, filters, sugar, and coffee mate. If you prefer Cremona or half and half to Coffee Mate, there is a special pool for $3 a week. If you prefer sweetened low to sugar, there is a special pool for $2.50 a week. We do not do decaf. If you are allowed to join the coffee pool of your choice, but you are not allowed to touch the Mr. Coffee.
Yeah. The only thing was kitchenette.
Kitchenette.
Yeah, kitchenette. Okay, perfect. Any questions here?
Too much rules for a coffee.
Excuse me?
Too much rules for a coffee.
Right? It's absurd. There are so many rules. Okay, and any other questions? Okay. Let's have Carolina, can you read the first two parts?
Okay. This is the microwave oven. You are allowed to heat food in the microwave oven. You are not, however, allowed to cook food in the microwave oven. We get 1 hour for lunch. We also get one 15-minute break in the morning and one 15-minute break in the afternoon. Always take your breaks. If you skip a break, it is gone forever. For your information, your break is a privilege, not a right. If you abuse the break policy, we are authorized to rescind your breaks. Lunch, however, is a right, not a privilege. If you abuse the lunch policy, our hands will be tied and we will be forced to look the other way. We will not enjoy that.
Good. Really good pronunciation of rescind. Authorized. Authorized.
Authorize.
Mhm.
Authorize. Thank you. Authorize.
Good. Authorized. Really well done. Perfect. Let's have Ana Carolina. Can you read the next part?
This is the refrigerator. You may put your lunch in it. Barry Harker, who sits over there, steals food from this refrigerator. His pet thief is an outlet for his grief. Last New Year's Eve, while kissing his wife, A blood vessel burst in her brain. Barry Harker's wife was 2 months pregnant at the time and lingered in a coma for half a year before she died. It was a tragic loss for Barry Harker. He hasn't been himself since. Barry Harker's wife was a beautiful woman. She was also completely covered. Barry Harker did not have to pay one dime, but his dead wife haunts him. She haunts all of us. We have been we have seen her reflecting the monitors of our computers, moving past our cubicles. Cubicles.
Cubicles.
Cubicles.
Good. Yeah. And so the like terrifying sadness and the humor is steals.
Steals.
Theft.
Theft.
Eve.
Eve.
Lingered.
Lingered.
Perfect.
Teacher, what does linger mean?
Does anybody know what lingered means? Or to linger?
I think it's some fluid for life was injected into your blood vessel.
Not quite. So
To stay?
yeah, to stay around, generally unwelcome. So if you linger at your new friend's house, you're like sticking around at your new friend's house, and he's like, well, you should probably leave, and you don't. So you're kind of unwelcome and staying around. Yeah. Obviously, if you're lingering in a coma, it's a little bit different. It's like you're staying around, but you're not really doing anything. So, yeah. But good. Good reading, Ana Carolina. Amp, can you try the next one?
Okay. We have seen the dim shadow of her face in our photocopies. She pencils herself in the receptionist's appointment book with a notation to see Barry Hacker. She have left messages in the receptionist's voicemail box. Messages garbled by the electronic chirrups and buzzes in the phone line, her voice echoing from an immense distance within the ambient hum. The voice is hers, and beneath the voice, beneath the tidal whoosh of static and hiss, the gurgling and crying of a baby can be heard.
Oh, sorry. Okay, really good job. Good reading. Sorry, I muted myself. Again. Yeah, Amp, really nice job. Does anybody have any questions here? Okay, so no questions.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
It's about gargling.
Mm-hmm. Gargling is that sound you make if you use mouthwash, and you like kind of like gurgle the mouthwash. So you like, I can't make that noise really.
Yeah, no, I haven't. Yes, I got it.
You understand it? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what gargling is. So it's kind of like a choking sound. Yes.
Whoosh.
Whoosh? Whoosh. Whoosh is whoosh. So it's an onomatopoeia kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? A chirrup? Does anybody know what a chirrup is?
Like a buzz?
A chirp's a little bit different. It's like the sound that a cricket makes. So crickets chirp.
Oh,
It's kind of like a beeping sound, like a modem sound would be a chirp. Um, yeah. Um, the ambient hum. Does anybody know what the ambient hum might be? Actually, the motorcycle did a pretty good job of that. An ambient hum is just like a noise that's in the background that doesn't really change, so you can kind of ignore it. No, don't be sorry. It was fine. It's not your fault at all. All right, and I think we're with Adela. Can you read the first three parts here?
In any case, if you bring a lunch, put a little something extra in the bag for Barry Hacker. We have 4 Barry Hacker in this office. Isn't that a coincidence? This is Matthew Paniu's office. He is our unit manager, and his door is always closed. We have never seen him, and you will never see him. But he is there, you can be sure of that. He is all around us. This is the custodian closet. You have no business in the custodian closet.
Good. Custodians.
Custodians.
Huh? And
Closet.
then Paines. So Matthew Paines.
Matthew Paines.
And then maybe closet.
Closet.
Closet. Uh-huh. And
Closet.
good. Let's have Natalia. Can you read the next paragraph?
And this is our supplies cabinet. If you need supplies, see Kurt Slans. He will log you in one of the supplies cabinet authorization log, then give you a supplies authorization slip. Present your pink copy of the supplies authorization slip to Ellie Tepper. She will log you in on the supplies cabinet key log, then give you the key, because the supplies cabinet is located outside the unit manager's office. You must be very quiet. Gather your supplies quietly. The supplies cabinet is divided into 4 sections.
Nice. With cabinet, we almost make it 2 syllables, so it sounds like cabinet.
Cabinet.
Yeah, cabinet.
Cabinet.
Good, perfect. There you go. Then give you the supplies authorization slip.
Then give you a supplies authorization slip.
Yeah, perfect. You did a good job. I think you did a great job with all the rest of them. Is it was just that one authorization. Good pronunciation. Nice reading. Hogan, what about the next one?
Okay. Section 1 contains letterhead and stationery, blank paper and envelopes, memo pads and notepads, and so on. Section 2 contains pens and pencils, and typewriter and printing reels, and the like. In Section 3, we have erasers, correction fluids, transparent tapes, glue sticks, etc. And in Section 4, we have paper clips and push pins and scissors and razor blades. And here are the spare blades for the shredder. Do not touch the shredder, which is located over there. The shredder is of no concern to you.
Good. Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit, but I think for the most part you did a really good job. Okay, and does anybody have any questions here?
What is a shredder?
Shredder. Does anybody know what a shredder is?
It's like tearing up paper so that you can keep the company secret or something.
Yeah, so it's something that you use to tear up paper, for sure. And so hold on one second. Maybe I can go to the next page. And I'm trying to upload a document too, so give me a second, guys. Does anybody have any classes or any questions yet? Okay, and so I'll give you guys permissions after the class. I'm just not going to do that now because it'll take up a little bit too much time. But the class is in the chat box. And I think we're with Heidi. Can you read the first paragraph?
Could you make this bigger? Because it's midnight, so it's hard to my eyes.
Mm-hmm. How's that?
Yeah, thank you. Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn Stitch sits in that office there. She is crazy about penguins and collect penguin knickknacks. Knickknacks. Penguin posters and coffee mugs and stationery. Penguin stuffed animals. Penguin jewelry. Penguin sweaters and t-shirts and socks. She has a pair of penguin fuzzy slippers she wears when working late at the office. She has a tape cassette of penguin sounds, which she listened to for relaxation. Her favorite colors are black and white. She has personalized license plate that read penguin. Every morning, she passes through all the cubicles to wish each of us a good morning. She brings Danish on Wednesdays for Hump Day morning break and donut on Fridays for TGIF afternoon break.
Yeah. So can you repeat? She brings Danish on Wednesdays for Hump Day morning break.
For Hump Day morning break.
Good. What's TGIF?
Friday.
Yeah. Thank goodness. Thank God. Yeah.
It's Friday or something.
Yeah, exactly. Thank goodness it's Friday. Yeah, you did a really good job. Good pronunciation. Good reading. And a tape cassette. Yeah, back in the day, of tape cassettes. And Giulietta, can you read the next paragraph?
She organizes the annual Christmas potluck and is in charge of the birthday list. Gwendolyn Stitch's door is always open to all of us. She will always lend an ear and put in a good word for you. She will always give you a hand or the shirt off her back or shoulder to cry on. Because her door is always open, she hides and cries in a stall in the woman room, and John Lafontaine, who, enthralled when a woman enters, sits quietly in his stall with his knees to his chest. Okay. John Lafontaine has heard her vomiting in there. We have come upon Gwendolyn Stitch huddled in the stairwell, shivering in the upraft, sipping a diet Mr. Pibb and hugging her knees. She does not let any of this interfere with her work. If it interfered with her work, she might have to be let go.
Yeah, so messed up. So you missed a shoulder to cry on, or a shoulder to cry on.
Or a shoulder to cry
on. In charge.
In charge.
And updraft.
Updraft.
Good. A really good reading. So just some weird stuff. Does anybody have any questions here?
Yes, I don't understand what a shirt off her back is.
Okay, the shirt off her back. It's an expression in English. If you give somebody the shirt off your back, it's like you'll give them everything you have. You're just like overly generous. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Um, Carolina, can you read the next paragraph?
Okay. Kevin Howard sits in the cubicle. Yeah, over there. He's a
Cubicle.
cubicle
Yeah.
over there.
Perfect.
He is a serial killer, the one they call the carpet cutter, responsible for the mutilation across town. We're not supposed to know that, so do not let on. Don't worry, his compulsion inflicts itself on strangers only, and the routine established is elaborate and unwavering. Is elaborated and unwavering. The victim must be a white male, a young adult no older than 30, heavy-set, with dark hair and age, and the like. The victim must be chosen at random before sunset from a public place. The victim is followed home and must put up a struggle, etc.
Yeah. So Cutter.
Cutter,
Uh-huh. Established.
establish,
Uh-huh.
establish,
Good.
cutter, establish.
And where are we? Anna Carolina, can you read the next part?
The carnage inflicted is precise. The angle and direction of the incisions, the layering of skin and muscle tissue, the arrangement of visceral organs, and so on. Kevin Howard does not let any of this interfere with his work. He is in fact our fastest typist. He types as if he were on fire. He has a secret crush on Gwendolyn Stitch and leaves a red foil wrapped Hershey's Kiss on her desk. Wrapped Hershey's Kiss on her desk every afternoon. But he hates Anika Boone and keeps well away from her. In his presence she has uncontrollable fits of shaking and trembling. Her left palm does not stop bleeding.
Good.
Uncontrollable.
Let's look at wrapped.
Wrapped.
Uncontrollable.
Uncontrollable.
Huh. And okay, really quickly, Amp, can you read the next paragraph?
In any case, when Kevin Howard gets caught, at surprised, say that he seemed like a nice person, a bit of a loner, perhaps, but always quiet and polite.
Good. The next one?
This is the photocopy room, and this is our view. It faced southwest. West is down there toward the water. North is back there. Because we are on the 17th floor, we are afforded a magnificent view. Isn't it beautiful? It overlooks the park where the top of those trees are. You can see a segment of the bay between those two buildings over there. You can see the sunset in the gap between those two buildings over there. And you can see this building reflected in the glass panels of that building across the way. There. See? That's you waving. And look there. There's Anika Bloom in the kitchenette waving back.
So creepy. I think that's. Oh, sweet. We did finish. Okay, perfect. And Natalia, can you read this next paragraph?
Enjoy this view while photocopying. If you have problems with the photocopier, see Russell Nash. If you have any questions, ask your supervisor. If you can't find your supervisor, ask Philip Spires. He sits over there. He'll check with Clarissa Nix. She sits over there. If you can't find them, feel free to ask me. That is my cubicle. I sit in there.
Good. Okay. So, yeah, that's it. What's going on here? Does anybody have any questions or comments or anything?
The
So
new worker is going to quit the first day.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I would definitely not work there. But so I guess the idea is, it brings up like a lot of true things and like odd things about like working and the idea of like working in a really organized place, the people you meet. But yeah, does anybody have any like questions before we finish up? We're just about out of time. Or comments? Does anybody like the story or dislike it? Was it too weird for anybody?
Well, I like the story very much because it seems to me like a parody of well, some workplaces where
Uh-huh.
there are too many rules. Suddenly, you don't believe that there could be so many rules, but well, I mean that certainly in the story the situation is exaggerated, but still, so in some places there are too many rules.
Yeah, for sure. And I love the idea of like this tragicness, like the people dying right next to like, and then it goes a little bit further and a little bit further, and then it starts to be just really funny. At least in my opinion. I hope you guys liked it. I've actually got another class after this. I just added it, so if you guys want to join that, I would love to see you again. But if not, have a really good day or night, and thanks again for coming in.
So teacher, take care. See ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
See ya.